to Silent Hill Ascension pre-show. I am Noah, and here for the last formation of the auntie. I'm here with my darling fellow auntie Layla.
Noah, I can't believe it. This is the last time this power duo will be on these screens. Just like your shirt, it is trauma indeed, but I'm so happy to be sharing the screen with you. Production, if you wouldn't mind putting up the run of show. Folks, it is 5:40 p.m. Pacific. That means you are here with me and Noah for the Silent Hill Ascension pre-show. In about 20 minutes at 6 o'clock Pacific, you are going to hit the actual Silent Hill Ascension show, and then afterwards you're going to come back to us for the post-show, in which we will have a surprise interview. You should definitely come back for that. It's very exciting. I got to do it recorded. Now, Noah, what is Silent Hill Ascension exactly?
I will tell you. Silent Hill Ascension is a socially interactive streaming series where all of you, the participating audience, collectively shape and experience its evolving story, collaborate and compete with others to try to make the choices you want. When each decision ends, that choice locks in as canon. So that's it. It's canon. Now, production, can you please throw to our setup scene the fanatic? That's the one where Rachel is visited by one of Faith's followers who reveals an alternative to Ascension.
Hello, Mother. Why are you here? We know what you intend to do. It won't work. What do you mean? Ascension. Krista has it wrong. Radcliffe had it wrong. There is no other world free of blight. Only ours, awaiting salvation from the great empath's arrival. Barbara and Aurora. These are the same lies as the Heralds. No. The great empath is a savior. Majestic. But terrible, too. If brought here unanswered, it will consume our blight. But everything else with it. How do we stop it? A sacrifice must be made. One who has borne enough blight to temper its appetite when consumed. You will not take my daughter. You are the mother of our blessed, are you not? Is there a greater love than a mother's sacrifice for her daughter? And for the world?
Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed that. So Ascension, yes, we said the thing, might not be the only way. Now we saw with the guy that they were talking to in the other world. I don't know if it's a guy. I'm just gonna call him a guy for now. But they were talking about. He was like, the collector is his great empath, and all of a sudden everything is even spookier. Like, they were thinking they know who's the good guys and who's the bad guys. Sorry. And turns out they don't know. Now, the current decision with Rachel, that's a final fate decision. So it wasn't shown as such to start, but it is a final fate decision.
It is, which means that Rachel's final fate is approaching. And we have seen just recently Brits, right, who was Good Hope redeemed. We have seen some Bad Hope redeemed. Eric, endings. So y'all, your girl Rachel, she's coming up on her just desserts, and you get to decide what those are. And that is very exciting. We have a lot of folks talking about having some very interesting food metaphors that have to do with like mete toast in the chat. So glad y'all are having fun.
Yeah, we always love that. Like meta is a bit like meze, you know? But by the way, so when Rachel found, like when she saw that Eric is no more, That's the softest side I've ever seen of Rachel. She was crying, she was tearing up, and sorry, for some reason I think I have delusions because I hear myself twice. Anyway.
Which is very distracting.
Yeah, no, but that's okay, because I was just gonna talk about, like, she was crying really profusely from the one eye, but I kept wondering if you can still cry after you've gouged your own other eye.
Right. We're going to find out whether or not that's true after we get through. I do have a fun fact about that. After production pulls up the slides for Pennsylvania and Noah checks whether or not she's muted her keeping her eye on chat. Hey, so far in Pennsylvania, Rachel and Krista unpack the aftermath of Eric's fate, which is what Noah just talked about. Rachel decides whether or not she can move past her issues with Krista. She prepares for Ascension. Question mark, is that what she's gonna do? And then Rachel is visited by one of Faith's followers who reveals an alternative to Ascension. Now, Noah did ask just beforehand if you could still cry out of one eye, and when Noah says something, I say yes and. So I did look this up. So there is a chance. So if you have your eye removed cleanly, you ideally the doctor doing it would not damage your the place where your tears come out of, which is the lacrimal gland. So for all you classical music nerds out there, the lacrimosa, the tearful sorrow, the sorrowful song, Latin roots, they're fun. But given that Rachel did her own procedure with a ritual knife of questionable cleanliness, she might have damaged her lacrimal gland, so who knows? It's a 50-50.
Leila, thank you so much for this analysis.
Of course.
That's one of the things you do get on Auntie Night. You get like a little bit of extra knowledge here. Next time you try a transorbital lobotomy, remember that, because you might not be able to cry from that eye afterwards. But anyway, so there was the scene also when Rachel grabs Faith and they try to escape, and they see all the people standing, all the fanatics, and we hear one, we don't know if it's pleasure or pain. We hear some kind of sound, and then what Rachel does is takes the offspring and run. She takes the offspring and run.
Pleasure or pain, por qué no los dos, right? At this point, why not both? Why not both? For me, pleasure and pain. I don't know where I'm going with this. Can you save me?
Yeah, they're intertwined, girl. Listen, we have such sights to show you. The people, the fanatics, they seem to have gouged their own eyes out. I wasn't there. I don't want to, allegedly, okay? We'll talk about it a little bit more, but let's pull the graphic for Norway now and talk a little bit about our Dark Stilldalen.
Absolutely. Oh, Leonardo's 5 says Layla turning into Xavier was not on my Friday bingo card. You need a better Friday bingo card. Anyway, Kristen drives a wedge between Astrid and Haugen. Astrid and Rachel meet again in the other world, where Zane talks to them about their children. And then Astrid faces down hostile townspeople who demand that she give them Orson. Disconcerting when a mob from town shows up and is like, give us the boy. Like, no, I shan't give you the boy. It's just the boy.
Yeah, but all of this is mumbo jumbo. All of this is nonsense, because what really happened, what I saw, is that Hagrid is back in the open waters. The ship is sailing. It's not shipwrecked. She's back. She's protecting. Nobody mess with Haugen when it comes to Astrid, which I love.
Pretty badass re-entry too, if I may say so myself. It worked on me. It was pretty great. You want to come in and it's a real bad guys don't look at explosions, that kind of vibe.
Yeah,
which
she was totally giving that moment, that boss Haugen moment, that this is why we This is why we launched the ship. We shipped the ship? I don't know. But that's
why the ship. We took a champagne bottle and we did that thing people do when they smack the ship with the bottle. Yeah, we did that.
Yeah, well, so that was a really great moment to see that Haugen is back in the picture, especially now with all those crazy town folk trying to grab our Orson. And poor Astrid, she kind of like, well, because Zane did mention that they're like, they figured out that they're what's harming their children, like they were suggested before. And Astrid is like, how can somebody so good come out of such a crappy family? I was gonna do like apple seed stuff, but
Would you say that this cycle of harm is it's the thing that's on your shirt? It's your shirt. Would you say that it's your?
I don't know. I can't read in English, but I think it's trauma. I think.
Or tonight, I have a dark side. You're illiterate. We're doing great.
But only in English. I only read ancient Latin out loud because you're not supposed to do that. Okay, so let's talk about Fate and Hope because Lela, I know you love talking about that.
I do, because you know what, Noah? Decisions, endurance scenes, and puzzles all contribute to whether characters will face redemption, suffering, or damnation in Silent Hill Ascension. Their fate is decided across the length of the canon run of the show, which, as you know, is coming to an end, so not a lot of time left. A character's hope needs to be high enough for them to survive a crucial story moment. And, again, Rachel's final fate decision, she's a coming. We have now revealed that the canon run is coming to an end, all right? The time, she is a ticking. And Noah, that means the pressure is on.
The pressure is on. It's very important that you make your call now, because this is a final fate, as we said. Like, Rachel is gonna be no more soon, so we have to figure out. By the way, now that we saw maybe the tender side, the tears from one eye because you ruined your lacrimony, you ruined your
lacrimal gland.
You ruined your lacrimal gland. So we saw that maybe we can usher her softly into her fate. I don't know, maybe. I know y'all want to melt her, put her on a meta sandwich with some Barbara Q sauce on top. I see that Joe Haugen is claiming that I am making up words. Listen, all these words are in some dictionary. Check it.
They are. They're in the Noah Merriam-Webster. It's a secret volume. You can buy it off of my website, noahmerriam-webster.com. $69.99. And what it is it's a Merriam-Webster dictionary with like handwritten notes from Noah taped to the front.
Lacrimonious. Anyway, let's talk about the ongoing decision, because we do still have stuff brewing. The final fate production, please show that up on screen. And Layla, because you can read in English, can you read this, please?
Only sometimes, as we've seen on the show. By the way, Midnight OTW asking, will we get a UFO ending bonus in the final day? A UFO will come pick me and Noah up at the end of the canon run. So, yes, but I don't know if it's the one that you're expecting. So, we got an ongoing decision. Which ritual will Rachel perform to save Faith? Got the Fanatics, the Heralds, the Ascension ritual. 35% for Fanatic, 23% for Herald, 42% for Ascension.
Really interesting. Now, I would think that the Fanatic or the Herald is maybe not pleasant options, but that's just me. I'm not a man of science, and I'm no doctor, but
you should be.
Well, they for some reason they revoked my license, but the Ascension, I feel like. First of all, can we give a minute to talk about Krista and Rachel becoming besties towards the end?
I mean, trauma bonds a lot of people in very interesting ways. So I think they've been through enough to earn that cred,
Yeah, I do think, like, sometimes you end up dating somebody who hooked up with your husband. And not dating, sorry, that was like a Freud, I guess. Well, in the other world, maybe there's a ship crystal or something. But
I'll be looking for it on archiveofourown.org.
Yeah, but I love that they banded together, and Krista, I was actually getting emotional when she was like, you belong with Faith, and you're coming in the Ascension. You're because Rachel was like, "Am I allowed to come?" And Krista was like, "Sure, you're allowed to come. Water under the bridge now that Eric's dead."
Right now, it's just the girlies and Faith. I mean, speaking of the rituals, though, right? Because now they have this olive branch, and the girls have to decide where to go. I don't like the sound of Ascension because I don't like heights. So if anyone ever tells me to like ascend, I'm like, no, thank you. I belong on the ground. A thing I've actually said multiple times, recorded in meetings at this job.
They tried to ascend you on the job.
Oh, multiple times.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
I'm calling the Better Business Bureau.
Do you hear that? It is almost time for the show, Noah.
Yeah, okay. There is something special about the Endure scene tonight. And Layla, can you explain what it is?
Absolutely. Our design director, my bestie, who I will someday duet a violin concerto with, Natalie, pointed out, and I quote, "Fun fact, Rachel's Hope is so close to the line that Friday's Endure will seal it either way. It's also a Chase Endure, which means it'll come down to the audience literally voting on her life or death. The reason we're sharing this is because Jacob asked if he could publicly share it, and he did. Endure tonight could make or break Rachel. You heard it here first, second, maybe if you follow Jacob on Twitter, folks. So now you're all aware of what the next Endure scenes might mean. She's literally on the line. So this is the make or break. It is up to you guys. You have one last shot.
Okay.
No pressure?
One last shot, no pressure. High stakes, little pressure. I see that Leonardo S5 here is saying, save Rachel. Listen, this is the time. Save, kill, destroy, torture. This is the time. Okay, so let's talk about what's been happening.
Sorry, Ate says the R in Rachel stands for R.I.P.
Oh my Gagging, I can't. Okay. So it's been decided. Just kidding. No, but okay, we have Astrid and Rachel met again in the other world. They learned some stuff from Zane that they are basically keys who are harming their own children, and they can solve it too. We're gonna see if Rachel is going to ascend or go with the Fanatics way or go the Herald way, the Heraldina way, the Herald, however you may choose to call it. Well, stay tuned. This is the final fate of Rachel. So please enjoy this. And we will both be here afterwards to process the trauma.